Awesome. Yeah. Well, welcome everybody. We are live. So now that everybody's just now tuning into the stream, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask your questions in the live chat. Once you do start asking your questions, we will start taking them. And if you actually type in your website, feel free to do so. We'll do a free website audit. And also, if you go ahead and ask your question about Facebook ads, we can also check it out on Facebook Ad Library to review your ads. So if you haven't already, make sure to tune in and you will be able to actually ask your questions. Cool. So it looks like we have a lot of questions coming in. Let's go ahead and start taking them. I've been using the same pixel targeting only UK. Now when I try to target other countries, it feels like it doesn't generate sales in other countries more than the UK. So that's probably because your pixel is just gaining a lot of data specifically in that country. What you should do is you're going to have to build up data in different countries in order to really be able to generate the same number of sales that you are in the UK. And by the way, everybody who's just now tuning in, this is Gerardo. Gerardo, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, what's going on, guys? Really new to this live streaming thing. Hoping we're trying to alternate it between Clubhouse, YouTube, and all these platforms. So bear with us. It's only going to get better over time. But if you don't know me, definitely go check out my socials on Instagram and TikTok. I'd like to provide value in different niches, different sort of like topics regarding marketing and branding specifically. And yeah, happy to answer some questions, and I'd be happy to go over some websites as well. So yeah.
And just by the way, everybody, Gerardo has over 300,000 TikTok followers and is a super influencer on a lot of social platforms. So feel free to start asking any questions about conversion rate optimization on your site if you want to increase sales there. So Gerardo, it looks like we have a stay in trendy site. You want to go ahead and do a screen share on that one and we can pull it up?
Yeah, I actually just now pulled it up. So let's go to stay in trendy. All right, so can you see my screen, Chase?
Yes, we can.
All right, awesome. So basically right here, it looks like it's a general store for the most part. Trying to get a feel for it. Give me just 1 second.
Oh, they sell t-shirts, mugs, and what else? Electronics?
Okay, my what runs isn't working. So they sell electronics, clothing, and just like miscellaneous gifts. All right, cool. I can see some sort of like trending Among Us. Interesting. Very cool. All right, cool. So basically just a generalized store. Again, I'm not in the dropshipping game, haven't been for a long, long time. But it looks like you're trying to target basically like different pop culture relevancies. I can see that specifically with the Among Us t-shirts. I don't know exactly what sort of like the licensing and copyright issues that you could get into with that. So I would tread lightly. If you're not doing crazy sales, I can't imagine you're going to get like I think it's called like a DMC or anything like that. But the overall aesthetic of the website, super clean. I can see how you have like your ad account, my cart. I do want to get a feel for, oh, awesome. You have filter by price. Very, very cool. Yeah, so overall, I really don't have any complaints about it.
Products?
I want to check out the products. I can see that they actually have their pixel installed, advanced events, page view. Very cool. Let's check out this shirt.
Oh, does that link not work?
It's not wanting to.
So select options maybe? Yeah, that's another thing. Like if you're able to hover over and click it, and it's not going to the actual product page, that's an issue.
Okay, no, I think it has to do with the stream more than anything. All right, so title. Yeah, no, I mean, everything looks pretty fantastic on my end. You have the different payment processors, description.
Stay in Christopher Billups. What are your current conversion rates right now?
Yeah, that's interesting. This is a really well built out e-commerce site. Really, really well. The only thing I will comment on is reviews. If there's any way to actually get reviews, assuming that this is a Shopify, my what runs isn't working right now. But assuming that it is Shopify, there should be some sort of way, even though you're probably making these designs yourself, to integrate reviews. I would really, really push that. A great common example of this is just Amazon checking out how they have their page structured in terms of UI UX. It's not the most beautiful thing, but it still converts. And in terms of basically the social proof that they have, product descriptions. One other thing that I will mention is when you're at this product page, I would potentially suggest adding a, how do you call it? Like, not relevant products, but yeah, relevant products down here where they actually have some sort of carousel of people also purchased XYZ. But other than that,
their
beautiful
social
site.
links don't take you to their pages. They're broken, so they'll direct you to like Facebook or Instagram. So Christopher, you should go ahead and fix your social links because they're not going to your actual pages. Awesome. So let's do another. If anybody wants to comment their Facebook page as well, we'll review your ads if you have active ads in the ad library, and do an audit over any specific ads you have to find more ways that you can improve your results there too.
Chase, question before we move on to that, how should we navigate the Clubhouse aspect of this?
It looks like our room is sticking pretty consistent. I think all of the people who are currently in the chat are already on the stream.
Okay. Do you want to do sort of like a one-in-one, like bring someone up from Clubhouse and then do like a chat sort of like audit, that type of deal? Or how do you want to navigate that?
My concern is that the actual stream is not going to pick up what their question is, but we can give it a shot. Chase,
okay,
helpful.
Let's try it out.
Yes. How much traffic should I drive before I consider something a bust, or should I just keep adjusting? If so, what should the budget be? Website is hideclocks.com. All right, I'll go find. So here's the question from Liam Chase. We'll go ahead and pull open the hype. Is it Hyped Clocks? Let's see. For Facebook. All right, there we go. Now let's just pull this open. Cool. So it looks like you have two ads running.
I like the UGC aspect of it. It's actually a TikTok. That's pretty cool.
Okay, cool. I would specifically make sure that you remove the TikTok aspect of it when you're promoting it. And then also, if it's only swipe up, I'm assuming it's only Instagram story placements. I'd have a separate video that's like without the swipe up, and being able to actually run it on your feed on other placements. That way, you can actually decrease your cost per result by reaching a lot more individuals. Overall, it's a good raw video, very attention grabbing. Definitely like it. I think it should show the actual product a little bit better because it's hard to see it. The other thing is maybe adding in like a sneaker emoji or something there just to have it add some more pop, and also putting a link in your actual ad copy because that's going to make a huge difference when being able to actually drive click-through rates. And then if you're asking which one of these, I believe it's breads is your favorite, you should do a poll as well for an ad to test. And then Hyped Clock unboxing, you should have an emoji there, just like you have it down here. Just how you're using emojis to, get engagement on TikTok, you should also have that for your actual Facebook ad. Especially with a brand like this, it's okay to, be really hyped about the actual emojis. If you offer free shipping, that should be in your ad. It looks like these are only like one placement. So let's see if it is. Let's see if they're running on Facebook. They're running on Facebook, and then how about Audience Network? Okay, so you do have them selected for the other placements, but the problem is if they're only stories, then you're missing out on a lot of good, impressions and potential sales. And then you could even put custom Hype Clock unboxing, the same way in your actual, copy, and then have that link there as well. Those are the main feedback I'd give. And then even have a retargeting ad with the actual like white background showing just the Hype Clock itself, retargeting all the video viewers, retargeting anybody who hit the site, that's going to give you a huge return on ad spend. So overall, good question. Liam, Chase.
Awesome. You want to try out one Clubhouse question or?
Yeah, give it a shot.
All right, let's try that out. I'm just going to bring up whoever's in the queue. All right, Tavon. What's going on, guys? Real quick, we're bringing someone up right now. If you don't know what's going on and you're like, why the fuck is everyone just quiet and whatnot, we're actually streaming and providing insights regarding your Facebook ad library and website audits at a very surface level, obviously, on clubhouse.watch. So if you haven't seen that already, definitely check it out on your browser and you can see basically everything that we're talking about there. I wonder why it's not bringing people up, dude. This is our first time doing this, guys, by the way, so we're working out the kinks. Yeah, we expect it to get more and more fluid as we get better at it, obviously.
Everybody go ahead and ask him more questions below. You can drop your Facebook page with your question. You can also drop your website if you want that reviewed as well.
Dude, really interesting. It's actually like it's bugging for me, Chase, when I try and bring people up. Do you have your phone by you?
I wouldn't worry about it. I think everybody in the Clubhouse chat can just go to the live.
All right.
How much ad spend you guys spending on daily? Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, it really varies. I mean, you know, we have people spending $5 daily in our class, and we have people spending $50,000 daily in our class, whether they're the the largest record label or they're just starting out in their journey and just finished completing their site. So, spending of all sizes is definitely here. So yeah.
Someone just asked, so Clubhouse watchers are the only ones who get to ask? No. We're actually trying to open this up to pretty much all platforms because we know that not everyone has Clubhouse just yet. So trying to find sort of like a loophole around that. Yeah.
Premiumgoodsco.com.
I actually have one pulled up right now. Do you want me to share that?
Yeah.
All right, let's try that out. Chrome tab. All right, awesome. So pardon me if I butcher the actual pronunciation of this, but it looks like it's caviar, almost like caviar, but not. Anyways, right off the bat, looks beautiful. Really love this sort of like hero image. Interesting that you have page 404 here. Yeah, so it looks like that is, I feel like that's a preset. Page 404 is usually like a page that can't be found. So I would definitely look into that. But overall, product photography, stunning, super clean, minimalistic. I think the typography works really well with it, nice and subtle. You also have the option to change it from pretty much any currency. Social links up here, including TikTok. Very interesting. Love that. Your sign up and save.
Product.
Yeah, let me just finish going through this. So it looks like you also sell jewelry, potentially women's watches, and different types of bracelets. Very cool. Love the overall grid layout of it. And let's check out this product. All right, so product page. I'm assuming this is, okay, interesting. It's actually on Wix. Okay, so product page, 2 different colors, responds well. One thing that I would do is probably switch this description above before the features. And it looks like this little image isn't necessarily like a transparent background. So I would just take that extra step, little OCD to match the other icons. And a secondary image there. Okay, cool.
Definitely would also add the buy now button for anybody who's, ready to buy. That would make a huge difference. Skip the cart page, go direct to purchase.
Yeah. So, okay, this is cool. One thing that I would say is I haven't seen a single image with someone actually wearing the watch, which is interesting. Oh, never mind. Pardon me.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, again, reviews would be the only thing. Social proof is absolutely key when it comes to this type of stuff. But other than that, absolutely love the layout. Super simple, super
Go ahead
clean.
and add to cart as well.
Let's see what we get there.
So you should also, if you were on Shopify, which we would highly recommend you switch over to, if you're on Shopify, you could then do a one-click upsell, like with Zipify, and increase your average AOVs and purchases, just like right here. Because we saw you had a lot of products like bracelets and stuff. It could show
Yeah.
like you had this, and then a bracelet pops up as well as, so you can add that one to cart, which is a quick, increase in average order value and get you more sales. So definitely highly recommend doing that.
One thing to mention real quick, it looks like this is gents highlighting sort of like gentlemen, and the only product picture on someone's hand, it looks like it is on a female hand. So I would look into that. I may be wrong and I may just be misinterpreting that, but the app upsells are going to be absolutely key, especially if you have like some bomb little bracelets to actually pair it with, or potentially a necklace. So completely agree with Chase on that one.
And then here's their ads. Definitely lacking severely on the ad side. There is a lot to be done here. You should have carousels on white product images, on the background, highlighting these, individually, so that way you can truly see, uh, what this would actually look like on the, whenever in different placements, you want a carousel with white background, you can have the logo at the bottom center. That's perfect. It would really focus on adding in more products that are your best sellers. So if this is your best seller, that's great, but really putting the emphasis on it, on the white background, the black background, really testing those two different placements. Making free shipping and returns also, put it up here, like put free shipping, free returns, 2-year warranty as, 3 bullets, having the link below it as well, really calling that out. And then also, really highlighting with the watches and testing those as well. Definitely would give that a go. The carousels are going to make a huge difference, and you continue to, test single images. We are seeing, 10 to 20x return on ad spend just in the actual jewelry industry itself. So highly recommend making those edits.
Chase, on my screen, I see like a partial and okay, now I see the whole thing. All right, beautiful. My bad. Awesome.
Cool. Let's take some more.
Yeah, that was actually a very pretty site.
This one's from earlier.
Withstand trendy. Oh, beautiful. You can actually pop up the question here.
Yep. So what's the best way to test a lot of products at once? Yeah, you could do dynamic ads and find out that way. Dynamic catalog. You could also just launch a bunch of single images for a test as well to really see what's converting. Thanks, guys. Absolutely, Eli. I'm a visual creator and I do videography and photography. Yes, you should definitely implement a Facebook pixel for your business. You guys using agency ad accounts with no spending limit? So specifically, the only things where you can get a no spending limit is if you have the no spending limit with your credit card company. So if anybody needs a 4x points card or needs, unlimited spending on their card, so that way they can really scale up their ad spend, just go ahead and shoot me a actual DM on Instagram. So that way you can, I can connect you with somebody at the VIP concierge at Amex to get you, the best ad spend card. So that way you can really scale up your spend and get 4x the points while doing it. It's the best rewards points you can get. So just go ahead and shoot me a DM on Instagram at Real Chase Chappell, and you can be able to actually, get that contact, and I'll connect you.
Oh, that's actually a good question there about the Apple iOS 14. I feel like you address that every day.
Yeah, we address this question at least 3 times a day, every day. So the 3 things you can do is 1, verifying your actual domain and brand safety on your business manager. So if you were to go to the Facebook business manager and you go to brand safety, adding your domain there is going to be one thing you can do, and verifying it. Once you verify it, it'll show like a green check mark. So that way you can really, ensure that you are allowed to run ads to it. The next thing is setting up maximum tracking. If you're on Shopify, it's a conversion API. You go to the sales channels, click Facebook, and then you'll set up what is called the, you'll go to data sharing and collection, and then you'll turn on maximum tracking there. API is a server-side tracking, which essentially means that with Apple iOS 14 update, if people opt out of Facebook altogether, you're not going to be able to send that data back to Facebook. So essentially what has to happen there is you have to, have that server-side tracking, and you also have to have URL parameters, which is the third one. Whenever you go to create an ad, what you'll do is you'll actually launch an ad and build a URL parameter at the bottom of your actual ad. So that way you can actually end up, launching without having to worry about tracking not being sent back to Facebook. That way you can take it inside of your reporting and actually identify where those individuals came from, which source, which, audience, which ad specifically, which is going to be, super helpful in ensuring that you're able to actually, continue to generate results. And then if I'm just going to share my screen real quick on that specifically. So like if we were to do this, what you would do is you just go to, your ad, and then you would hit edit. You would then scroll down to the bottom where it says URL parameters. You go to build URL parameter. You type in source name. You type in your site source name, and then in the medium, you just input your ad set name. This is all dynamic, and then you can add in your campaign name. So that way, whenever somebody comes from Facebook, it'll actually report it to you because they're opting in. Whenever somebody purchases, that's considered an opt-in. So you're able to catch these parameters and still know if they came from Facebook or Instagram. You're able to know which audience they came from. You can know which campaign. Was it a summer sale? Was it, a winter sale? Was it just a regular ad? You can also, even take it to the campaign colors where it's like white background or black background. And really identify what works best. And that's going to capture in your reports. So your audience might only capture 2 purchases, but your backend might actually capture 20 purchases. So that way you can still truly know even after this iOS 14 update.
It's going to be a pain in the ass.
Hathub.com. My brother is actually moving to Dallas on the 11th. Go Texas. Go Dallas, Texas. And we're taking the business full time. Any help would be much appreciated. Absolutely. Shoot me a DM on Instagram, and I'd be happy to see what we can do. When scaling CBO with CBOs, do you turn off bad ad sets or let Facebook optimize? Yeah, you can turn off bad ad sets if they have really high spending and no results. The other thing is you can also ensure that as soon as you actually run the CBO, it'll eventually drown out the spend on one of the ad sets if it's not performing over time. What's the minimum ad set that should be in a CBO? 3 to 5 ad sets. Anything below 3, you should just combine and stack them together. All right, everybody, whoever's in the chat, Facebook, YouTube, or Clubhouse, just go ahead and ask your question. There's a button below if you're on clubhouse.watch. If you're on Facebook, just ask it in the comment section and we'll see it no matter what. If you're on YouTube, ask it in the live chat and we'll also see it no matter what. We have a feed that's pulling from all 3 sources. So that way, anybody's question, wherever platform you're asking it, it will show up. Here we go. This one's from Facebook. What's your thoughts on weight loss offers? I got a guy spending $450K a day with my agency ad account. Go ahead and let us know the Facebook page so that way we can look at the ad library. Because if you're spending $450K a day, the last thing we want to do is just, assume and give you advice here. What we need is to see the actual ads to give you some more insights. With testing, should you have an open audience even though you know that your product is for a specific niche? Yeah, absolutely. Leaving open audiences are great. The algorithm over time will figure out how to target and, improve your results. What are the first steps to set up an ad of any type? The first step is to, 1, make sure you have the pixel, and 2, figure out what your objective is. If it's lead, then do lead conversion. If it's purchase, then do purchase conversion campaigns. Have we seen this one?
No, let's check it out. It's Razad.
Yeah.
Razad. All right, let's see. Razad.
By the way, while Gerardo pulls that up, feel free, everyone, to go ahead and ask more questions below. comment your website, comment your Facebook page name, and we're going to review it on live.
Razad, B-E-A-U-T, Shirazad, did I? B-E-A.
What are the first steps to set up? Okay, we already answered that question. What are your payment options for one-on-one? So payment options on one-on-one. Yeah, if you go to the Facebook Ads Expert Masterclass, that link, our one-on-one calls are $1,000 a piece. But if you just join the Facebook Ads Expert Masterclass for $1,000 monthly, you're going to be able to get way more than one call. You'll end up having 2 calls per week and be able to do live screen shares on there. How does your top of funnel ads differ from middle or bottom?
I have the page up if you want to go after this question. Oh, my share screen, my bad. Let's see, Chrome tab.
So the top of funnel ads different from middle or bottom. So really, we just focus on top and then bottom. If we're in lead gen, we'll do a middle. Sometimes, depending on what it is we're trying to achieve. If let's say we go from landing page to webinar, we have top of funnel bringing them in, and then people who didn't watch the webinar, that would be middle funnel where we're retargeting to bring those people back in, and then bottom would be getting people to purchase or set up a call specifically. So that's where a 3-parter would come into play. But with e-commerce specifically, we're not really doing that. It's just either from cold to purchase or from add to cart to purchase, just top and bottom. All right. So the other one was this one.
Yeah. All right, cool. We're here. All right, awesome. So right off the bat, I would definitely suggest changing this into a transparent background, perhaps, unless you do want the white element to be a part of that. In terms of that being a logo, I would suggest trying to find something that's a little bit more responsive in a sense, and isn't necessarily, I see a lot of conflict between both fonts with the Shirazad and the beauty aspect of it, 2 very drastically different fonts. I would definitely encourage perhaps exploring something else in terms of the actual brand identity. Now, the second thing is it's kind of perturbing to me. I don't know if Chase wants to weigh in. This does seem to be a little bit off pivot and not necessarily centered, the actual menu. When it comes to the picture itself, even if I make it full, oh shit, my bad. Even if I make it full screen, I would like to see basically the actual offer, like the shop now, above the initial fold. So I do believe that the image is a little bit too big in this specific scenario. Maybe reducing this, bringing this up a little bit, having the text overlays. There's definitely a workaround around it. And I would probably get rid of this logo again, since you already have it up here. You go into the products. The products look great. Good product photography. No complaints there. I would sort of stray away from having absolutely everything on sale. Just something to potentially look out for. You have the same or a very similar image down here. I would find a better way to potentially feature a collection. Again, I feel like this image is a little bit overextended. And the actual logo again. Free shipping. This is great. The customer reviews are absolutely great. I believe it's built on Shopify.
Yeah, I would change the pink to a white background for sure.
Yeah, white tends to do great. Let's check out a product page. Okay, so this is a product page. And one thing that I would suggest, if this was a collection page, cool. But the first thing that I want to see on the product page is the product itself. This, I wouldn't consider it to be absolutely necessary.
So remove the top image.
Absolutely. Reviews, great. Ingredients. Yeah, definitely. I want to see a bigger buy now and then add to cart. Potentially
buy now above those toggles.
Yeah, probably around here, right below the actual pricing instead of down here. Because upon first impression, I really didn't even notice the buy now button, and maybe making it a little bit bigger as well. About the product
images. It's only one.
Yeah, definitely product images. Even if it's okay, we can actually see the product here in use
I
by
can see
now.
those being more on those little cards on the home page.
Yeah, for sure. I can definitely see that as well. Sort of it's because she has many different products, so she would have to find a way to find a like maybe generalize what her products actually what type of problem they solve. But some sort of layout like this, information wise, on the homepage, I think would be better suited. And let's see, frequently bought together, good stuff. Why choose us? See, I think this is a little big as well. I would potentially reduce the size of this
I
and
would
bring
replace
it
the
up
text
to
at the very top as well with that bar with free shipping on all orders. That gets a lot more conversions on Shopify sites than what you currently have. We know if you just replace that with free shipping on all orders, it would perform much better.
100%. And in all honesty, I don't even know what a free Kessa glove is, but I damn well know what free shipping is, right? So I agree with you on that one. One last comment, I would actually bring these badges up here to the actual product description, potentially right down here.
Exactly.
I think that would be a little bit better.
Different card
And
types as well. Do they accept Visa? Do they accept MasterCard?
it's down here, but definitely if you can include it. I think the first one that we reviewed, I forgot the name of it, with the Among Us shirts. They did a great job of actually displaying that. And the reviews. So that's great. Actually, I would maybe even bring the reviews before the actual frequently bought together. I think that that's a little bit more important as well. But yeah, overall, I think that there's a couple of things that we can take away from this site and improve. And I can assure you, if you have the proper traffic streams coming in, you'll definitely see a increase in conversions.
Awesome. All right. Well, sweet. Everybody make sure to follow Gerardo on Instagram at the Gerardo Press. So let's continue with the questions. How does your top of funnel ads different from, okay, we've already seen that one. Is it possible just to have a great ad, pick up all of USA and watch the algorithm work its magic? Absolutely. Yep. It is possible. When testing a new product, what is your testing structure? We split out the audiences in single interest, and then interest bucketed by a campaign, how many ad sets, how many ads. So the ad set number and the ad number in the creative types are all in the Facebook ads expert mastery class. So if you go to that link and want to access our specific strategies there, make sure to do so. Do I need to use interest for testing in the UK? 36 million. Yeah, you could still do some interest testing if they're like 3 to 5 million or 1 million plus, since it is 36 million. I mean, like, that's not the smallest audience type, but without a doubt, if you target open, you're going to see great results there as well. Chase, you said great offers really help with ad campaigns. What are some of the best offers you've seen or used for an apparel/accessories business? We sell hats.
God is dope.
Yeah, God is dope without a doubt. That generates about 0.20 cent purchases all day long. Really is because the offer is so great. I mean, they'll sell t-shirts for $5, hoodies for at most 10, 15, which most people are selling for $40 and $50. You could really generate a ton of results. And then with hats, like $5 off, $10 off on hats, like, driving down your cost big time. We worked in the hat business with a specific client. We have one on our YouTube channel. If you go to Chase Chappell YouTube, you'll be able to see exactly, what videos and when we're selling hats. It was literally like an American, embroidered hat, and it was generating, 7, 8x returns consistently. And it was performing phenomenal, specifically just by targeting like veterans and stuff like that. So absolutely. And the best sellers were like white hats and black hats. Those were the main thing. So just keeping things simple, once again, always is a really perfected strategy. Here's one for you, Gerardo.
Do you recommend themes for proper CRO built in? It depends. I mean, it'd have to be the right theme, and it depends what platform you're talking about specifically. I'm assuming you're talking about Shopify. So yeah, there's always going to be great themes there. It's really just a matter of what works for your product specifically and your type of brand, and make sure you have the key things. It's really simple. Just highlight the features, highlight the benefits, make sure your call to actions are large, legible, distinguishable as well. Like if you have some sort of color that matches your brand, make sure it's vibrant and in their face and telling them, hey, I want you to fucking buy it. Reviews, that's important. and just the overall structure of it. Once you find like a page, I'm trying to think of a website that just kills it with their sort of like product pages, other than Amazon. Of course, I'm not a big fan of their UI UX, but just find like those commonalities and find a way to actually incorporate it into your brand in a way that makes sense. And it's still, how would I put this, matches the overall feel of your brand as well.
That's awesome. I totally agree with all those things said. And I mean, you could like note specific themes that I know of. It would just be through Theme Forest. That's probably going to be the safest bet on like, spending if you don't want to have to, purchase one from Shopify and then have to pay for the chat and all that stuff.
For sure.
All right, let's get some more going. What should be looking for in a good video ad?
Depends.
Yeah, I would, make sure that you do a square optimized so that way it can at least fit on all feeds, and also through story placement. And then specifically, making sure that you show the initial product right away. And then also ensuring that you're, actually putting a lot of emphasis on highlighting what it is that it does. So that way you can really generate a lot of results.
Chase is back.
All right. Is it bad to start with one open node targeting audience versus single interest? You can start with Christopher Billups. You can start with audience targeting with interest, and then open up then open a target audience that has no specific, audience inside of it. Hello,
Gabrielle. People
make it seem like you can just start an e-com website without much prior knowledge. This is showing me that there's a lot more to it. Where do I begin? Chase / Gerardo, what was your absolute first step? What was your absolute first step? What was yours, Gerardo?
I mean, I think a more generalized answer to this would be like, one, identify what it is that you want to sell, or if it's something that you're like passionate about, you have like some specific product that you're adamant about selling. If
Right.
not, obviously you have to do a little bit of product research and be a little bit less emotional about selecting what products that you want to sell. But if it's the first one, for example, what I would personally do, there's a great book that it's called, I have it right here. It's called Steal Like an Artist. And essentially what I would suggest that you do is you go to the industry leaders and see what the fuck they're doing. And it's literally a blueprint that you can replicate to your own brand and match it up to your own style and just work off of that. It's really, I'm not saying just like obviously snatch it. I'm saying find their templates, find basically how they structure, what type of tonalities they use in their copy, how they're representing their products using imagery, and just replicate it. I mean, if it works for them, there's no reason why it wouldn't work for you. Totally.
Cool. And then a good number one step, the good first step that I would take is whenever I'm going into something, I'm always thinking, 8-10 steps ahead. So if we end up choosing a product, we're thinking about all of the sister products that are going to go with it. What are going to be the upsells? What are going to be the opportunities with the ads? How many different, how easy is it going to be for somebody to shoot creative content for this? How quickly is this product going to be able to be scaled up and consistently maintain returns? Is it just a trend product? Is it going to go away quickly? Is it something we can build a sustainable backbone off of that business? So we're always thinking, what are those next 8 to 10 steps thereafter that we can take to make this thing super successful?
100%.
So if you do have any more Facebook ad questions, go ahead and ask them below. We'll continue to take some, and then feel free to drop your website as well if you want a free website audit. So yes, Christopher, so for this, the iOS update, if you just scroll back in this video, about 10 or 15 minutes ago, we were talking about this specific thing. Are we allowed to ask our customers to like our Facebook page? Is that against Facebook rules? You can do so in a giveaway. You're going to get less reach automatically, but if you do want to ask, you can. Yeah, it will reduce the. I've heard that if we have more Facebook page, not necessarily. If your page is more active, then that'll be good. But what it's going to do is raise your CPMs if you're asking people to like your page.
I guess you could potentially do ask a no-brainer question. Say, for example, if you sell carrots, you're like, do you love carrots? Then press the button, something like that, so that you're not adamantly telling them like, hey, like my page, but kind of like playfully tricking them into liking it in a sense.
Totally. Here's one, sociotap.com.
Okay, sociotap, not sociopath. All right, sociotap.com. I'll check it out. All right.
By the way, if y'all want to start commenting your questions, you should be able to see your questions on the side.
All right, dope. Chase, can you see my screen? On the
yes.
All right, dope. All right, awesome. Okay, this is a really
this
microsite.
from Clubhouse. I've seen this before.
Okay, cool. So I can't actually. Okay, hold on. I think I'm bugging. I don't want to open my mouth before. So is this it? I can't scroll anymore. All right, gotcha. Okay, so first things first, let me read this real quick. All of your links in one place. Okay, it's basically like a link tree in a sense.
Yeah.
Cool. Upgrade to premium account. All right, so one thing I would definitely do is expand this. Like this is great and all, love it. Potentially would explore finding images that are a little bit more cohesive with your colors specifically, even though you want to highlight that you can change the colors on that. And I would start with all of your links in
That's
one.
such a good point. Having one for theirs.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. All your links in one place. That's great. Love it. But one thing that I would do, like I said, is expand and work on this and take sort of like one or two sentences, super simple, and actually just place it under here, right? And then you can move down to sort of like overall features and whatnot. I would probably work on making it sort of like a 3-strip site. You don't have to go overly complicated with it. Maybe even a video or some sort of like GIF of someone working through the motions of tapping someone's profile. They open it and then they see this. Super simple. It's an easy concept.
Click on the Get Started for free. Is it a pop-up?
Okay, username, email address.
I would definitely have a pop-up instead, if possible. Yeah.
Premium subscription. Yeah, I'm also not a fan of necessarily having all of this like in a banner pop-up. I would suggest trying to find some way to like condense all three, like maybe sign up and then you have like a sub banner that says free subscription, premium subscription. Potentially compare. I don't know if compare would be. See, this is something that you could include in the initial homepage.
The landing page, because it looks like they're opting for a landing page, but this should just be at the bottom.
Yeah. What about this? What is this? Full website hosting.
Okay.
What I click on?
Something totally different.
Websites,
that could be an upsell.
And then you have FAQ there.
Definitely would add thumbnails to those.
Yeah, and then you have 2 FAQs. Support clients. All right, so yeah, all in all, what's this? Our templates. Okay, so I guess they're combining 4 websites and the actual sort of like link tree type deal. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of optimizations that can be made to this. This isn't rendering, whatever that might be. But I would definitely suggest on honing down like a very strong landing page, adding a little bit more breathing room between these 2 elements wouldn't hurt either, or potentially just switching their sides. Definitely working on a menu that is a little bit more accessible and condensed. Would definitely suggest that. And like I said, just going hard on.
Gerardo might have dropped. In the meantime, we'll continue with the questions. Gerardo, you're back. Can you hear us? I think we might have lost you on the volume. But Anthony said, hi, Chase, you've helped me a little with the back end of this campaign, your calls before, but could you audit my piece of stage site? Yes, we can. So let's go ahead and do that. And then, cool. So piece of stage. Yeah, absolutely. So this is like the, yeah, I like this. Full collection. Let's see what the products are again. So the piece pendant, piece of stage keychains. Yeah, this is awesome. So this is from the old era with all of the, music and everything that has the memorabilia. Lots of people, can end up purchasing stuff from Woodstock. So you can actually get a piece of stage from Woodstock Festival. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I would definitely adjust this to where the image and everything's on the left-hand side, and then having the actual add to cart as well as the buy with PayPal on the right-hand side. So that way it's, actually shows on the screen. So people can actually end up buying that. And let's go ahead and add to cart and see what happens. Okay, so that's perfect. And then checkout. Yeah, so it's through Shopify, so that's good. Yes, for the phone number, that's great because then you can actually opt for, connecting that back to an actual specific audience, and you map that back. Let's go to another one. Once again, I'd have this on the left-hand side. This image is way too long. I would start with something that's much more simple, like this is the first image. I would make sure all these images are the exact same size, 1080 by 1080. Once again, on the left-hand side, because you see how it's adjusting my entire screen. That's not very good. I would left align all of this to make it more consistent. Move all of this stuff onto the right-hand side underneath this. So that way you have the images on the left. And then as you scroll, the image can stay and the stuff can move here on the right-hand column. Another thing is moving the piece of stage to the left-hand side, moving this menu up so that way you gain a lot more space. That's going to make a huge difference. You can even retarget the blog audience. So if you create a page view based off people who've been to blogs, you'll be able to retarget anybody who's reading about the blogs, which end up driving a ton of results based off anybody who's visited here. They're a little bit more qualified. The rest of this is is fine. I would just really focus on those main key points to actually adjust and make sure that it's consistent throughout the site to drive up higher conversions.
So y'all lost me?
For a minute there, we did.
God damn it. We're back though.
Can you guys review our page? God first. We'll pull that one up in a second. When is it time to give up on the ad and adjust the settings? For example, I spent $15 and didn't get any website clicks. So you're going to have to ensure that you have, so that earlier when I was reviewing, I believe this is the same individual that we were reviewing earlier with the, no, I don't believe we did review this.
No, I don't think so. But if you're spending $15 and don't get a single website click, I mean, to me, it just yells that that's a problem with the creative.
Yeah, exactly. The creative image probably does not show exactly what the product is or doesn't put enough emphasis on it.
Mm-hmm. And one thing is very important to highlight, if your product does have like some sort of learning curve or something that people won't understand what it is, like off the top of the bat, just by seeing an image, literally making a very simple video that kind of like shows how your product like works in use. I think that that's a huge way to sort of like dismiss those questions and encourage people to actually click on your site and pull out their credit card.
Absolutely. Sup peeps, loving the value. Thanks, Drew. We always appreciate you helping us host Clubhouse rooms, bringing all the peeps.
Went to Magic Pen USA, and that didn't seem to work. Did I Magic Pen pens, Jerry? All right, cool. We're live. Free worldwide shipping. I like that. Magic Pen. Okay, so all right, cool. Right off the bat, I will say that this header image, in my opinion, is no bueno because it took me 1, 2, 3 images to actually see what the product was. So say, for example, if you take like, even this image could work very well up here in the actual, how do I say, or maybe even if it's just sort of like a
more creative idea, the magic pen drawn, like spelling the magic pen, showing spelling it.
I like that. Yeah. Actually highlighting the actual pen, like
on a white background with it like drawing out the actual name. That would be sick.
Yeah, I can see that, but it took me basically like 3 or 4 scrolls to figure out what the magic pen was. Um, okay, I like this. One thing I will say is you have 4. I would potentially stack them up 2 and 2, or maybe even just all 4 lined up so that it doesn't take as much space.
Totally agree.
Package includes, I would probably put package includes anywhere around here. And I would actually reorder this to make your art come to life before having these, what would we call them, like bullets?
Yeah.
So I think that could use a little bit of work, but great information.
Free shipping should be above. If it's free worldwide, then you can just say free shipping. Put that as the first bullet because that's the most important. Put the second bullet 100
For sure,
back,
for
and then
sure.
the other 2 can be below it.
Yeah, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
And then by
Literally
the way,
upside
free
down.
worldwide shipping, don't have shipping calculated at checkout. You should just remove that. And it looks like we lost. Gerard, are you back?
I'm there. I lost you.
Okay,
You
maybe
lost
we,
me?
maybe we were losing each other. I don't know. Anyways, we're back on.
All right, cool. Customers say love it. That's great. If possible, I feel like this site is somewhat friendly. You can even add like bullet stars, like 5 stars, 5 stars, 4.5 stars. Our guarantee, same image as above. I would try and be a little bit cautious of that.
By the way, everyone, make sure to like the video and on Facebook if you're on Facebook, and like the video on YouTube if you're on YouTube. We're giving away a ton of value, so please make sure to do that. And if you're not already subscribed, do that as well. And also make sure to follow Gerardo on Instagram also. So please do give the videos a like so that way we can know that y'all are finding a lot of value in them.
Okay, look, these have the actual product page have the stars. Very cool. Okay, one thing I will mention about your menu is you can get rid of a lot of these. Like say for example, COVID-19 update, not the most pleasant thing in my opinion to see like smack dab in the middle of the actual menu.
Totally agree.
Refund and return policy, track your order. All of these, you can add them to your footer.
And then
right
put
here.
your About Us page at the
Yeah.
top.
But you don't need these 3. You only need 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and being and having clients in the arts and crafts industry, I mean, results are insane. There are tons of good return on ad spend, so definitely, be able to make all these changes because you're going to see a huge lift in results if you do.
For sure, but definitely on the right track.
Awesome. So, if you want to keep asking your questions, and if you want to get a website audit, or if you want us to review your Facebook ads, or if you have any Facebook ad questions, go ahead and make sure to like and also drop your comment below. On the
Chase,
go ahead.
How long are we going through with this?
If you want to cut off in the next 7 minutes, we can.
I do have to step out, but yeah.
Cool.
You can obviously continue if you'd like.
Yeah. On the agency side, what are some good tips to get Facebook ads clients if you do not have case studies or results? So the first thing I did was ended up focusing on just doing. So how we ended up landing our first client was I ended up growing like an Instagram page to a couple thousand followers, and posted that on my stories and just showed it was this watch collection page about 6 years ago that I had done, and then like some friend's parent ended up picking it up and thought it was really cool and wanted to invite for a to see if we could run some ads for them. Ended up getting into the business that way. So specifically, if you really want to really drive a potential prospect, I would just make sure you're putting stuff on your stories, posting, getting the word out so that way you can land your first client. If you can't land a client at all that's paid, then just offer for free, get that first project out of the way, do it for 1 month, generate some awesome results, and then use that as the landing pad to go into the other clients. Because the first client we had ended up booking 2 years worth of pool deals for them, a luxury pool owner for lazy rivers and stuff in people's backyards. Book them out for 2 solid years, use that as a case study to go land a load of clients after that. And ever since, for the next 5 years after that, we've been consistently picking up clients and growing.
I got Curvy Girl Official.
All right, here it is.
Check that out. You can see my screen.
I can now.
All right, cool. So Curvy Girl Official. Couple things. Okay, dopetshop.com. What is this? Is this sort of like a Redbubble or like a Teespring?
Yeah, looks like it. I
All right.
definitely first recommend switching to Shopify.
Yeah, depending on what your sales are, obviously, if you can make the transition to Shopify, I would definitely suggest it. It has pixels on there. All right, at least two. All right, so cool. Anyways, first things first, I would definitely suggest switching this over to the left-hand side. You're going to take up a lot. There's a lot of awkward
It is
white space here.
Shopify. So we just
Yeah,
information.
it is Shopify.
Yeah.
This is
Yep.
really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so first things first, what I would do is I would actually focus on your header section, right? Potentially having like a very welcoming image. Maybe it can have your motto specifically, like I mean, I would be a little bit more not descriptive, but maybe just playful in a sense if that's what you're going for in that entire hero section. Um, I feel like this is a great sort of like about us snippet that
Essentially
you
break it
can.
down in four, covering each piece of that in four different sections with different images.
Yeah, for sure. You can definitely do that. This is a little bit awkward too. Having the actual sizing just right here if you want. All right, let's go to an actual product page. Okay, this is a collection. Yeah, the overall flow of the site is a little bit tricky in my opinion right now, but let's go to thick fillet. Ooh, I love some thick fillet. All right, so basically we're right here, size small. We only have smalls. Color red. Definitely work on the sizing if you can, if that's the only one available. And even if they're not available, I would suggest them coming out and at least saying like sold out instead of just being like, it addresses that question that I just asked. The filet is better than anyone's Popeye chicken sandwich. So this is where you should have some sort of like pop-up around here that says sizing chart instead of actually like having the sizing chart there. I feel like it's a little bit more formal in a sense. I'm assuming you're doing some sort of print on demand type deal.
It's $5, so it's a liquidation clearance section.
Gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, again, we have reviews potentially, people actually wearing the product. Like if
Good
I
thing
have
is also, since it's $5, if you're running Facebook ads, these things are going to get purchases for super cheap. So
super cheap.
definitely highlight it's $5 and then put today only sale. So that way tons of people can buy them. And it looks like we might have lost connection again. But yeah, just to go off of what Gerardo was saying, also put the logo on the left-hand side too. So that
Yeah.
way, it adds more space to the menu.
100%. 100%. What else? Like I said, the sizing chart, making it sort of like a pop-up or just a little button underneath the product description. I'm assuming people would be somewhat curious about like what materials it's made out of, like 100% cotton, polyester, just being a little bit more descriptive. And if you have it, definitely try and get someone wearing the product. I feel like that wouldn't hurt either. Reviews, super important. You want to check one more out? These are really cheap.
Yeah, no, that's a really good deal. So like those things will sell great on Facebook ads if done right.
Provided. Yeah, I would work on the 3 to 5 business days, 1 to 3. I'm trying to find a way to actually communicate this in a more subtle manner that doesn't distract from the overall product.
Looks like we keep cutting in and out, but overall, that was a good review of the website. By the way, if everybody's liking this stream, make sure to give it a like and then also comment your questions below, and we'll continue picking them up. So it looks like we got a couple more website links. Go ahead and ask some more questions as well too. How much time do you have, Gerardo?
I got to get going here pretty soon, but if you want to take over, by all means, you can.
Absolutely. So everybody, just real quick before Gerardo leaves, just go ahead and follow him on Instagram at the Gerardo Perez. So that way you can end up staying up to date with him and also join any of his clubhouses when he goes live.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. Chase, I think we're going to be trying to do this at least twice per week or something like that.
Yeah.
Initially,
At
and
least
still
one,
working out the
if
kinks.
it's going good, but definitely open to doing more if we're receiving a lot of feedback from the audience.
For sure, for sure. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to find a way to leave this. Yeah. Talk
Awesome.
soon.
We
Have fun,
appreciate it.
Chase.
Thanks, Gerardo. Bye. Cool. So we'll go ahead and continue. Let's just get a quick survey from the group chat. If everybody still wants to continue doing more of these, wants to continue doing this call, just go ahead and comment below. That just comment yes if you want this stream to continue going. If not, we can go ahead and wrap it up here in a couple of minutes. All right, so we got 2 yeses. Looks like a bunch of yeses are now coming through on the stream chat. Yes, 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 please. Yes, yep, okay. All right, awesome. So we'll take one more website review here, and then we'll switch purely to Facebook ad questions. Presets by Kelsey. Okay, we have a lot going on in the preset space. Let's see, presets by Kelsey. Hopefully I spelled this correctly. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Perfect. Wow. This looks great. Yeah. No, I definitely like the landing page. It's perfect because you can actually see all of the presets as soon as you land here. The only thing I would change right off the shoot is adding the 30% off as a small banner and then using the code 2021 at checkout. So that way people can actually see that at the very top and it pushes all these presets up. So that way they can see a little bit faster. Let me first make sure we're showing this. So once again, everything does look good here with the presets. Just make sure to add this banner at the actual top of the website specifically. And let's go ahead and click on one. The interior preset, I bet that's probably one of your best sellers. Without a doubt, these interior home design presets are phenomenal. If you're going to run Facebook ads, without a doubt, definitely show these images, but just remove the before and after. It's pretty clear which one's the before and which one's the after with the preset. So that way it does get approved for the Facebook ads. So this image would perform really well with the Facebook ad. This image would perform really well with the Facebook ad. Any images that are really far out landscape shots like these of the home are going to perform phenomenal. Like these images here are going to be great. That's going to be great. Anything with home interior design is going to be phenomenal. I'd also add a buy now as well. So add to cart only took it to the basket. Without a doubt, you should have upsells. In a business like this, presets, the only way you're going to get a ton of money is having upsells. You need way more upsells. You need at least have 3 upsells adding in here to increase your AOV significantly. If you want good results, then add in an upsell without a doubt. One click. If you're on Shopify, do Zipify one click upsell 100%. The rest of this looks good. I'd add these bullet points here. What's included underneath the add to cart, put in a buy now button, have the add to cart populate like this and show your one click upsell. And then also mention somewhere about the Lightroom if it's for, yeah, so here's a Lightroom here, but I would also mention it closer up here as well about the Lightroom preset. And then while we have it, let's see if we can pull open the actual Facebook page to see if you have any ads running. Looks like there's no social media pages here. Let's see if you have it on Facebook. Yeah, so you are running ads. So we'll go ahead and pull this back open. Oops. Perfect. Makes sense. The ones that I was calling out are the ones that are running. But yeah, that's funny. I would remove the food one and I would only have the home presets. That would be way more consistent. Just remove the food and just look how consistent it's going to actually have a feel for. Phenomenal. let's add this in here so that way we can see it. Sorry. So just once again, remove the food here I was showing earlier. Remove this one. The video is good. I would have a little bit more energy in it, so that way you can just really show your full personality. If you do have energy, if not, the video altogether looks good. I mean, it's very well shot. I would just have some more energy, like pointing and stuff, just being a little bit happier. But yeah, I mean, it's once again phenomenal video here. The carousel looks great. The only thing I would change out is just removing the food so it can be super consistent. Once again, that's going to make a huge difference in your actual conversions, believe it or not. The other thing is that this looks like it is a retargeting ad. Phenomenal idea. Very smart here. Love that. To celebrate. So these are good here. Yeah, these are once again good. So yeah, I mean, definitely good ads overall. I'd like to know what your actual return on ad spend is. But once again, just highlighting, those consistent images and also linking in your actual copy. You forgot to link here, add the link in, and that'll make a big difference as well. And also testing shop now instead of learn more. All right, so let's get a couple more questions going here. Can you check this site, Chase? Main reasons for low return ad spend 0.4, 0.5, 3.5x ROAS and retargeting. Okay, that's awesome. So I would add one-click upsell before they check out altogether. All right, let's get some more questions going, everybody. If you have questions, go ahead and submit them. Go ahead and like the video. Make sure to start dropping some more questions. We need the feed moving. Otherwise, I'm not going to have enough questions to continue going through all these. Would conversions drop if there is a pre-purchase upsell? So conversions wouldn't necessarily drop. It's only going to offer them a potential upsell. If anything, you're going to generate more revenue. Anytime we see upsells come into place, revenue always goes up. Can you show us a good ROAS example that get good return on ad spend, please? It's all going to come down to the offer. It varies for each business. If you give me the industry that you're in, I could give you a good example. Thanks so much, Chase. Absolutely. Yes. Okay. Can you audit? We're done with the website audits for now. We'll probably do more website audits later. But if you have any Facebook ad questions, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, feel free to drop your questions below. If my pixel is new, is it better to keep the audience size small, say under 5 million for interest testing, or the audience size doesn't matter? I would keep your interest audience sizes above 1 million. That's the only thing I'd really focus on, because then at that point, at least if you find a good audience, you're going to be able to scale it up pretty significantly. So that's an important factor. Is it okay to put the link in the description? It is okay to put the link in the description. It's going to drive up your click-through rates without a doubt. So definitely do that. All right, while we're waiting on more questions, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe on YouTube. And also, if you have any Facebook ad questions that you want to DM me, or if you're curious about how to get access to the Facebook Ads Expert Masterclass, please do follow me on Instagram at Real Chase Chappell. When you find an ad that works well on conversions campaign, do you add it to engagement? No, I do not. If anything, if there's those would run simultaneously for a few days and then you would cut them off. But realistically, if an ad's getting good conversions and driving up good social proof, then you just add it to a lot of audiences and naturally it's going to get a lot more engagements that way. How do you know whether this one's simple. If you're getting a profit, that's how you know. Like, always be looking for profit if you're testing products in drop shipping or anything like that. Hi, Chase from France. How do you design a campaign for a restaurant doing third-party apps, ordering like DoorDash or Uber Eats since you can't use a pixel? Have a single image square with Uber, DoorDash, and we deliver on Uber Eats and DoorDash. And then you just measure the week over week sales growth. That's what we do with restaurant businesses that are selling on third-party apps. You measure the week over week increase in growth. AliExpress or below alternatives for under 1 week shipping. No specific responses there. I have people on my team who know the ins and outs of shipping and all this stuff, but I would not be able to tell you. When testing, are you running conversion objective campaigns? Yes, absolutely. Purchase conversion campaigns for testing, without a doubt. Why is it hard to sell stuff on Facebook that is priced above 30 euros or pounds? I forget which currency that is. I believe it's pounds. Is priced above 30 pounds. Is any deeper strategy? I think if anything, it's easier to get a great return on ad spend with a product cost that above that. So, the main focus there is just really putting emphasis on if you're offering free shipping, and then also just testing different ads that are super simple. Last night I created 10 ad set which had 3 creatives per ad set. I selected all to be published. It's been pending review since 1 a.m. this morning. Is it because I select all 10 at once? So I selected all to be published. It had been pending. So it could just be that it's taking a long time to get those reviewed. If it takes longer than 48 hours, then it's a concern. Any tips on selling fashion jewelry? Yeah, lots of things. We found specifically in the jewelry spaces, have the jewelry front and center, have the actual logo in the center at the bottom, and then really calling out the pricing, calling out all the use cases, free shipping, is it handcrafted, where's it made, how can people, what can people wear it on? Is it for dresses? Is it for night events? Is it for cocktail hour? What is it for? Highlighting all those. That is Euro. Okay. Gotcha. If you make like 10 ad creatives, what's the best way to test them? Just test them in different audiences, all 10. What about engagement and traffic objectives? Are you ever using them? We never use those objectives. We are really only looking for conversions in our case. We'll only use those in very, random. Honestly, we don't use those at all, actually. Never. There may be an engagement if you're running a giveaway and you're wanting to pump up the paid social, engagements before you launch it into a conversion campaign, but realistically, never. If you had over 10,000 purchases, but it seems like Facebook does not know my ideal customer anymore, my ROAS has decreased. Could be that you're oversaturating your audience. Try testing different audiences or testing up new ad creatives. Thank you for answering and helping us. Many other gurus would never do this. Oh, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Scaling tips. You can either scale vertically or horizontally. If you have an audience size that's over 1 million and you start to scale vertically and your costs maintain, great, continue to scale. If they don't maintain, switch to horizontal scaling, which is testing new audiences to get your budget up and your purchases up as well. Awesome. If you haven't already, please do make sure to like this video. It does help out a ton. It lets us know that you do appreciate the feedback. What's the max budget you use for ads? I mean, the max budget we've seen is, well over 50K a day. But I mean, I don't know specifically if that's a question related to just in general or something specific. What budget do you start with when testing for each ad set? Specifically there, $5 daily. And if you have a budget that's over 10,000 a month, then start at 20 daily. If you have a budget that's over 3,000 a month, then start at 10 daily per ad set. That's how we go about it. Thank you a million. Thank you a billion. Great questions. What is the best way to test creatives? Image, video, carousel, test all formats. If you're in ecom, then test collection. More placements, the better. You can get in a lot more areas and get a lot more results. How many sales minimum has to be on the pixel before broad targeting on individual countries? Honestly, if you got like 10 plus or 20 plus purchases, you could very easily do a broad targeting. All right. Let's get some more questions going. Hopefully everybody likes this new streaming format. If so, just let me know below. CBO or ad set. Definitely always testing on the ad set level, then switching to CBO. Any tips on manual bidding? Spend 1,000 daily and then set your target manual bid at 20% above your current price that you're selling it at, and you're going to sell loads. That thing will scale up so fast. How will I know I'm ready for lookalikes? If you have over 100 plus conversions on any event, you're ready for lookalikes. I've seen some people recommend turning on detailed targeting expansion going into 2021. What's your thoughts? Yes, do it. You'll get more conversions. All right, we'll probably take a couple more questions here before the stream is over. What's your opinion on using dynamic ads in a cold campaign? This is for a cosmetic company. For retargeting, yes, do it. If you're just testing, it's okay. If you're running it consistently, no way. Get something that's going to add social proof. When to start manual bidding? I believe I already covered this one. Do you use the same strategy for low ticket products and high ticket products? Depends how much of a difference in low ticket. Low ticket probably is definitely going to be different than high ticket. If high ticket's like 100 or 1,000 plus, always a different strategy. Without a doubt, you got to do a lot more. Like earlier, I was talking about with like low ticket, it's high funnel and low funnel, but with with low ticket, high funnel and low funnel, but with high ticket, it's high, middle, low. You have to cover more base points to get people to convert. My max spend cap is $25 on a new ad account. Content, Facebook support. Go to Facebook Business Help, and then on there, you're actually going to be able to ask your question and get them to raise your limit. They'll usually raise it right away, but you can also check to see if it's your card. So like if anybody needs 4x points on an Amex and needs instant approval and also needs unlimited spending, if you want to be able to scale your spending without having to worry about your credit line or anything, definitely contact me on Instagram. I have VIP reps at Amex that sponsor all of our Facebook Ads Expert Mastery class, where they give us exclusive offers and instant approve everyone because they trust the clientele we send them. So if you just DM me on Instagram and want the best credit card for advertising, just go ahead and let me know, and I'll connect you with our artist VIP, who is our manager. I created a campaign with purchase conversions, but it shows me an error. Shows me an error showing my ad may not be optimized for this particular conversion event because they haven't received any activity. Ignore that, because the first time launching or the first time you're launching purchase conversions, it's always going to say that because you have no data. Just go in. As long as you know you set up a good ad, you set up a good audience, and you've done all the basics, launch it, and eventually that'll stop showing up. Can you give me an example of when I should be using A/B split testing in ads? Really never, to be honest with you. You should just test all of your ads together. A/B's like, well, I can give you an example. If you're a corporation, you're spending, 100 to 300K a month, and you want to know which creative is proven before you release that creative on the air, on TV, or where you run a bunch of campaigns that you're going to be spending millions on. That's a good way to do it. It'll tell you the answer. Thank you, Chase. Absolutely. Does lookalike work if you have 1,000 combined between 25, 50, and 75 and 95? Yeah, that's fine. You can do that. Absolutely. What store niche would you do yourself having all this knowledge? I would just go find a specific niche. I would just choose one you're passionate about. Like, we're getting into the tea business, and that's strictly because of a passion. Like, a lot of people on my team like tea. That specific audience of tea drinkers, we really do, feel a passion towards promoting with, and, giving offers. We like anything that's like in the crafty business or like very specific niches that have very hardcore followings and audiences that are religious about their products. We love that stuff because that creates the best customers who are absolute, who are all for your brand. How are you going about social proofing your winners? Our winners naturally get social proofed. When we have a winner, they always have great social proof. Like, when you find a winner, it's going to have good social proof, just plain and simple. So I wouldn't even have to worry about a PPE campaign. That was the question from Ross. HGZ boxing. Chase, do you still recommend one day click with the new iOS update? One day click. I don't ever really recommend one day click. I would just stick to 7-day click. But if you have to switch to one day click, then I mean, that's what you have to do. It's your choice depending on your attribution window. Realistically, 7-day click is going to give you more data. When testing cold audience, should I test different copy with each ad? When testing cold audience, should I test different copy with each ad? Yeah, definitely test different copy with different ads. How many ads can we have in one ad set? The most you can have is 50. I would never do the 50, but the most you can have is 50. Best offer for $30 t-shirts with Facebook ads. There is no good offer there. It's just $30 t-shirts. Free shipping, that could be your good offer, or offering a discount, or whatever you do with the t-shirt business, always put today only. That's going to make a huge difference, Anthony. HEZ, got it. Absolutely. When should I start running lookalikes? You should start running lookalike audiences whenever you have 100 plus of that specific event. I like this streaming format. Awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm glad y'all enjoy the streaming format. With that being said, please do give it a like. That does mean a ton to us, and it does let us know that y'all really do enjoy the stream. Also, we're going to give this another 5 minutes before we wrap things up. So if you want to get your question in, do get it in now. We hadn't done a stream on YouTube since it was back before Christmas. So these things, if you do want to see more of these, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and let us know. Love the format. Thank you. We really appreciate that. That's amazing. Any reasons not to run dynamic ads? If you don't want any social proof on your ads, that's one reason. Chase, you were the best. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. What is the max amount of ads you'll put in ad set for cold testing on a $20 ad set budget? You could put up to 30. That could be your max. That way you test a lot. Would love to have these lives daily. From John. Yeah, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? Maybe if we get enough people joining our mastery class and enough people, engaging, liking, subscribing, and just loads of engagements, I consider it. Just from a time standpoint, it really requires a ton on our part because it's free. We don't make any money, and we also just gave out, $25,000 worth of Apple devices, and don't make a dime off of any of that, which is all value. We want to give as much as possible. But once again, it does have to make sense economically at some point. So as long as there's tons of comments, tons of likes, tons of subscribes, and people are absolutely digging it and love the streams, eventually we probably could work our ways up to daily if we wanted to. Like a multi-purpose broom. I don't know where that question came from. Oh, any advice on running ads for cleaning products, like a multi-purpose broom? Okay. White background, highlighting in a carousel. First single image is white background product. Second one's highlighting the first feature. Highlight 3 more features after that. Logo at the end. Boom, you're done. You're going to get tons of sales, I guarantee you. One campaign per product or multiple products in one campaign? One campaign per lookalike or interest group. One product. Yeah, one product per campaign. Yes, you can do it that way, or you can test multiple products. It depends on how you want to go about it. Some people prefer to test multiple products in different campaigns. If you do that, split your lookalikes by the type of landing page. You can do that by you choose your URL parameter, put in your content ID for the product, and make lookalikes off of specific products if you split it that way. That way, there's no overlap, and you get really good specific results per each product. Yes, Chase, you are the freaking man. What's the mastery class all about? The Facebook Ads Expert Mastery Class is a course where you can access all of our modules on data. And then it's also a weekly Q&A call. We do 2 weekly Q&A calls just like this, except you're able to share your screen and ask your questions on the actual call. And we're able to go through your stuff every single week. So we get to build off off it every single week. You don't have to rely on anything else. We literally go through your exact ad account, give you the exact advice you need, and you can actually track your results over time. People are having a ton of success in there. They get great results. Most people are completely shocked at the value once they're actually in. So highly recommend it, without a doubt, if you want that attention on your account and if you just want to learn the formulas that we use in data. What is the cost for your class? The class, we have 2 payment options. If you visit that site that I was just showing earlier, you'll be able to see a one-time payment option, which is $3,800. You get access to everything. You get the full year of calls, or you can pay monthly, which is our more affordable option at $997 a month, which is for 5 months only until paid off. And essentially, you get the exact same stuff, except it's just broken down into a monthly payment plan to help you with your ad spend if need be. When will you upload this live? Need to rewatch. The live will be uploaded right after we wrap up here in the next, well, we're probably going to wrap up here in the next minute. But it'll be uploaded within a couple of hours. I think it takes streams a little bit longer to upload, but it will definitely be uploaded today. If you just go ahead and click the share link button on this video, copy that share link, paste it in your notes on your phone, you'll be able to access the stream recording at all time before it's even uploaded. So that's a fun little hack for everybody. If you click the share, hit copy link and paste it in like your phone messages or something, you're literally going to be able to watch the stream before it's even up. So that's just a fun fact for how you can access this before anybody else. Thanks for your answer. Absolutely. Last question. All right. Somebody called it out. This is going to be the last question. How much do you recommend spending on a 7-day period on a cold audience purchase conversion in a fresh pixel? I'm selling music instrumentals. For one, $5 daily across 5 different ad sets. So 25 a day. Give it a shot. Put your pricing in your actual ad. Show the video, show an image, and just let it run. Test 5 different audiences so you can have the best chance of actually generating great results. All right. So that was the final question. If you haven't already, please do give this video a like. Hopefully we'll end up doing more live streams like these every single week. And make sure to follow on Instagram as well. If you have any questions or want to DM me, feel free to do so at Real Chase Chappell. I'd be happy to answer your questions there. I do appreciate everyone. Please do subscribe. That does help us out a lot. And thank you for joining this live stream today. And this live stream is recorded and will be uploaded hopefully by the end of day today. But once again, I do appreciate everyone for joining, and I will see you later.